Here I'd like to demonstrate the cut-up shot. A shot that varies from the standard lob shot because we have to make certain adaptations. In this instance, I find myself on quite a downslope, near to the flagstick with an elevation or bump in front of me, which means I'm going to struggle to get the ball close unless I play a particularly adapted shot. My lie is also not very good. The ball is sat down tight in the ground. A normal golf swing is not going to deliver that club at the correct angle to get the ball elevated with any sort of control. This is an extreme, but the same fundamentals apply when playing this shot, whether you're on a level ground or an upslope, in the rough, or you're playing it from possibly a bare lie over a difficult bunker or hollow. The important thing here is to trust yourself for sure, because this shot has to be 100% commitment from the time you set up to the ball. So how do we stand to the ball to help execute this shot? First of all, I must stand with enough width to my feet to give me balance, particularly on this downslope. If I stand with a narrow stance, I'm going to lose my balance, or at least struggle to keep my balance during the swing. So a little bit wider stance is fine in this instance. I'm going to actually open the club face. So in fact, the club face is aiming to the right of that flagstick. Now I'm aware that when I open this club face, the bounce is exaggerated. And that is a little bit of a danger. And I have to be careful of that, for sure. But that's the risk I have to take here. And that's why this shot, you need to practice and play regularly to get the trust and belief. So I've opened the club face. I've moved the ball back into a position where it's at least in the middle of my feet, if not slightly behind it. That will be dictated by your stance and your lie. The more extreme either, the more you move the ball back. Here's that wider stance. Here's the open club face. You don't need to get too much weight on your left side unless you have a particularly downslope or a particularly difficult lie. In this instance, I'm going to need to move myself slightly into this sort of position because I must keep my weight on this side of the body to ensure the club comes down steeper or steeply into the ball. That's an absolute must in this shot. So here I am standing to the ball. I've got my shoulders more parallel to the ground. My weight is consequently into my left side. The club face is open. I've gripped down the handle to get a narrower, steeper golf swing. So I'm gripping down to create a narrow, steep arc. As I move my shoulders back, I'm not moving any weight this way at all. I'm going to keep my weight shift very much in my left side. Let the club come up steeply and be delivered down steeply. Now, not so steeply that I'm going to dig in and have no follow through, but just steep enough to make sure that the leading edge of this club allows me to get to the bottom of the ball. So you need to trust your setup, you need to trust your swing, and you really need to play this with a lot of confidence and belief.